Well, hello there. Fancy seeing you here. It's great to be back. Hi, Charlie. Ronald. So, yes, here we are again. Welcome to Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a new year. Let's see now. We've got a brand new round of Fan of the Month quiz coming up. This day in Elvis history, photo and song of the week. The poll result, I asked you to vote on the Girls, Girls, Girls movie. And don't forget, if after the topic anybody wants to ring me up, it's completely and utterly free on Facebook Messenger and Instagram. And you can talk about Girls, Girls, Girls. You can talk about anything Elvis whatsoever. Don't be shy. Dave and Maxine are looking after the comments as always, just in case anybody decides to be a little bit naughty. Although 99.9% of you are very, very well behaved. As I say, I hope you had a great Christmas, safe and healthy Christmas. And I must admit, it doesn't seem that long since I was here before. The last couple of weeks has just flown by, and before you know it, we'll be halfway through January and the lighter nights come. I don't like the dark nights and dark mornings. Getting up in the dark is fairly hard now, I must admit. I have to be completely honest. We've got the Christmas tree and all the decorations still up in Graceland, and we will have probably till next Sunday. We have to wait until after Elvis's birthday, don't we, really, before we start pulling things down. Lou Dane says, nice to see you are keeping the Christmas decorations up until Elvis's birthday. Yes, proper order. Okay, right. So, yeah, you can, let's see now. The topic is obviously the next movie in line, Girls, 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 Elvis's 11th movie. A 1962 Golden Globe nominated American musical comedy starring, obviously, Elvis as Ross Carpenter, Stella Stevens as Robin Gantner, Laurel Goodwin as Laurel Dodge. She didn't have to change much of her name, did she? Jeremy Slate as Wesley Johnson, Ginny Tao as Mai Ling, and Elizabeth Tew as Tai Ling. Red West. Now, Red West, as sharp-eyed ones among you will see that Red West was a bongo-playing crewman on the tuna boat, uncredited. This movie was the second of 3 films shot on location in Hawaii for Elvis. And let's just do a very, very quick resume. Elvis plays Ross Carpenter, and a Hawaiian fishing guide and sailor who enjoys boating and sailing out on the sea. When he finds out his boss is retiring to Arizona, he seeks to find a way to buy the West Wind, a boat that he built with his father. And I really should be starting to put some of these up, shouldn't I? Ross is caught in a love triangle with 2 women, childish, insensitive club singer Robin, who's played by Stella Stevens, and Sweet Laurel Goodwin. When Wesley Johnson, Jeremy Slate, makes advances on Laurel, Ross punches him out. And Wesley owns the boat, so Ross hereby loses it. Laurel, however, is not who she pretends to be. Ross has to choose between her and Robin. There have been many rumours about Stella Stevens' relationship with Elvis during the making of Girls, 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 and how she didn't like him. Now, digging a little bit deeper, I found an interview with Stella where she says she was unhappy with her character and didn't want to do the movie, but was talked into it. And, of course, that's the beautiful Stella Stevens. She also couldn't believe she didn't get Elvis in the end of the movie. I didn't really find any hard evidence that she disliked Elvis. It was more her role in the movie she was unhappy with. She did say that by 1962, that's when the movie was made, Elvis wasn't very interested in acting in the movies they were giving him and wanted to go get in, do the work, finish the movie as quickly as possible so he could have some fun. It's reported that Stella is now in poor health. I have actually tried to contact Stella because she is one of the ones who I would love to speak to on this channel. But as I say, unfortunately, she does appear to be in bad health. Now, beautiful Laurel Goodwin. Let's just throw Laurel up there as well. She plays Laurel Dodge, a child model. Her role as Laurel Dodge in Girls, Girls, Girls was her screen debut. She was a co-star in the Paramount comedy Papa's Delicate Condition, 1963, playing Augusta Griffiths, the daughter of Jackie Gleason. She also appeared in the Western films Stage to Thunder Rock, 1964, The Glory Guys, 1965, and as guest actor on several television series, including Yeoman J.M. Colt in the 1964 Star Trek pilot episode The Cage, from which scenes featuring Goodwin were later incorporated into the episode The Menagerie, and The Mannix, A Question of Midnight. She also played the role of Phoebe, the chef's niece, in the TV comedy Get Smart. After retiring from acting in 1971, she pursued a career in home nursing for over 35 years. When her husband became ill, she began taking care of him full-time until he died about a year and a half later. She now lives in Palm Springs and will be 80 years old this coming August. Another young lady I would like to speak to for this channel, but again, very, very difficult to actually pin down. Recording sessions for the soundtrack LP took place at Radio Recorders in Hollywood on March 26th, 27th and 28th. It peaked at number 3 on the top LP chart. It was certified gold in August the 13th, 1963 by the Recording Industry Association of America. As soundtrack album sales far outstripped his regular sales, blew away outselling Potluck with Elvis by 10-1, believe it or not. Elvis found himself firmly entrenched in songs designed for light entertainment, formula of beautiful scenery, and girls galore. Girls, girls, girls. Critics later wrote, with this discrepancy in sales, the formula of the soundtrack music became the focus. This formula became a success, would prove to be disastrous for his career. Popular music was in the threshold of complete renewal and change, and Elvis would become lost in Hollywood. 16 songs were recorded at the sessions in March, of which 13 were used for the soundtrack album. 3 songs were dropped. Mama, Dainty Little Moonbeams, and Plantation Rock. Plantation Rock appeared on a bootleg LP of the same name in 1979. And like Blue Hawaii, that featured one more song than Girls, Girls, Girls. The musical numbers came thick and fast, with sometimes only a few minutes between them. Example, We'll Be Together and A Boy Like Me, A Girl Like You, there's only about 2 minutes apart. Banished from the kingdom after running afoul of the Colonel, songs from favoured writers Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller could only be those already written for someone else. In this case, the title track being a hit for the Coasters in 1961 before being adapted for this movie. I'm going to drop a link below for the Coasters 1961 so as you can compare it with the Girls, Girls, Girls song that Elvis sings. The tracks Return to Sender and Where Do You Come From were issued as a single in October 1962, 1 month before the release of the soundtrack LP. Return to Sender became a substantial hit for Elvis, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the B-side, and the B-side was Where Do You Come From? The songs performed by Stella Stevens in the film, Never Let You Go, The Nearness of You, and Baby, 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 were in fact mimed to the singing voice of Gilda Macon and have yet to be commercially released. So the reception of the movie, a review in Variety wrote that the film put Elvis back into the non-dramatic, purely escapist light musical vein, adding, essentially he plays himself in the breezy sea sessions. He handles a role capably, though one would hardly expect a hardened fisherman to be as soft, smooth, and white. Well, I don't think Elvis was white in it, was he? He was tanned, as Elvis depicts. The character has little depth, but he is pleasant. The Monthly Film Bulletin wrote in a fairly positive review that the songs were sung very pleasantly on a storyline of disarming simplicity and bedded comfortably in a stretch of gentle, fizzing repartee. Los Angeles Times called it no better or worse than previous Elvis movies. And those songs were, obviously, Girls, 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 I Don't Want to Be Tied, Where Do You Come From, I Don't Want To, We'll Be Together, A Boy Like Me, A Girl Like You, Earth Boy, Return to Sender, Because of Love, Thanks to the Rolling Sea, Song of the Shrimp, The Walls Have Ears, and We're Coming In Loaded. And as I say, Mama, Dainty Little Moonbeams, Plantation Rock did not appear on the soundtrack album. So that is a brief-ish resume of his movie, his 11th movie, Girls, Girls, Girls. And as we can see, those shots there are showing plenty of girls. And we really, really must have a look now to see what the poll was. But first of all, I'm going to read out some of your comments. Edwidge says, hello, Steve. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Edwidge. My choice is Plantation Rock, but I like also Return to Sender. Take care. Same to you, Edwidge. BP Monkman. Hi, Brian. My favourite is I Don't Want to Be Tied. Rockstar's Dainty Little Moonbeams. That's a good one. Antoinette says, the film is very interesting and just easy to watch. I love when Elvis sings Return to Sender. It's such a catchy song, and he has the swag and the coolness. Yeah, it was a cool sort of Jackie Wilson-esque dance he did, wasn't it? Joy La Manca. Hi, Joy. Besides Return to Sender being an all-time favourite of mine, there are 3 songs with Spanish influence which are special in each their own way. We'll Be Together and Mama for Gladys, ? Both nicely arranged, Spanish style, and released on the Burning Love Let's Be Friends album and of course The Walls Have Ears with excellent dancing, some humour and cold shower bonus. Embarrassing, in my opinion, is what the Parker Connection made him sing with songs like Song of the Shrimp. Kudos to Elvis for going through with that with dignity. After a basset and a goose to sing to, he was a pro. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to you as well. Gail Nixon says, Return to Sender screams Elvis, but so enjoy The Wolves Have Ears. He is so sexy to watch and him dance. He was right up there with Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly with his smooth moves. I really love all the other songs from the movie, and most of them could stand apart from the movie and had radio play. So sad they didn't take the time to put better songs into his later movies. RCA Hollywood Parker sure did Elvis wrong with the song choices. Chris our student, art student. Hi, Chris. I love Return to Sender. It has my vote. The way he danced in the film was brilliant. Apparently, he paid homage to Jackie Wilson, unless anyone knows otherwise. A close second is Plantation Rock, a cool song. I haven't gone for the ballad for once. Where is Earth Boy? I know a lot of people hate it, but to be honest, I really like it. Happy New Year, Elvis family. Happy New Year to you as well, Chris. Danielle, A Boy Like Me, A Girl Like You, for its simplicity. Because of Love lives rent-free in my head for the rest of the day every time I listen to it. So I thought I would mention it too. Mark Huntjins. Hi, Mark. Happy New Year, Steve. I chose Return to Sender. EP Fanatic, I love I Don't Want to Be Tied. Jill, hi Jill. Jill Brett says, my absolute favourite is Because of Love. I heard Billy Fury's version and love that too. And finally, Karen, I think it's finally, yeah, Karen Tranters. Hi Steve. Hi, Karen. Hope you're doing well. Return to Sender is just amazing. It speaks Elvis. Thank you, Steve. Looking forward to seeing you on the 2nd. Take care. And looking forward to seeing you as well, Karen. Now, is there any surprises in the poll? Let's have a look. I chose Girls, 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 Return to Sender, A Boy Like Me, A Girl Like You, Mama, and Plantation Rock. And I've got the poll. And, well, I thought I did. Okay. It's overwhelmingly, right? I put here. No, I haven't got it to show you, I don't think. But I can tell you that in last place, Plantation Rock with only 2%. Then Mama with only 2% as well. A Boy Like Me, A Girl Like You, 4%. And Girls, 9%. This is the biggest margin I have ever seen for a song. Return to Sender, 83%, which is just unbelievable, really, isn't it? I'll see if I can find that for you, but I must have missed to upload it. I might be able to do something for you now, actually. You probably can't see this, so I can just probably do it myself. I go OK, and then I go and put it onto a bigger screen. So there you go. When you see it there in the flesh, you just see how overwhelmingly it wins. 83%. I can move that off there now. You've seen that. Hi, who's calling Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel?
Hi, Steve. It's Mark.
Happy New Year, Mark. How are you?
Happy New Year to you, Steve.
Yeah, it was a very, very fast fortnight. It doesn't feel like it's a fortnight since I was last here anyway.
It flew by. Yeah.
So, what do you want to say?
About the film Girls, Girls, Girls.
Yeah.
My personal choice, obviously, top two for me, obviously, Return to Sender. But I really think I love him singing I Don't Want To. I think that's a great song, great ballad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his voice on that is fantastic. You know, the general feel, it's light entertainment again, isn't it? But again, Elvis does what he does. He pulls it off.
Yeah.
Some good little scenes, good little fight scenes again in the movie. I did like the little segment where he does the war have ears.
Yeah, that's a very, very good, very, very good segment. They really, him and Laurel really danced well together, and very sexily as well, actually.
Yeah, they seem to hit it off and pair quite well in the movie too. Really.
Yeah. I don't know if there was a romance between him and Laurel, I must admit. I don't think there was between him and Stella. I don't believe too much of the sort of they didn't hit it off, but I just don't think I don't know. They just, I don't think she disliked Elvis, but I just don't think they hit it off.
No, well, yeah. Well, she went on to in starring quite some other films with Dean Martin and all sorts afterwards, didn't she? Yeah. I think that bit where I was told where he sings Return to Sender, and I know he put like the stance on the Jackie Wilson, but someone actually said that Jackie Wilson was sitting down at the front. You don't actually see him. Yeah. He was there when he recorded that.
He's definitely looking off camera to somebody, and he's laughing. Yeah. He laughs quite a bit during the sequence, a little bit like Joan Blackman laughing during I Got Lucky.
Yeah.
So
I think he was actually there. Yeah, I think he was sitting down just for that take of that song, like and stuff. But, and also, I think, was this the film where Billy Fury came over to meet Elvis?
Was it?
Time, wasn't it?
I think it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some pictures of them together with the gold disc. I think he's presenting Elvis with a gold disc. If you look from 1962.
Oh, right. Yes, you could be right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why he sang that song as well. I think because obviously it was a. Oh no, did Elvis cover that after Billy Fury sang it?
Cover what?
Did he cover Because of Love after Billy Fury sang it?
He may have well done. Yeah.
I think so. Because around that time. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, certainly not a bad film. Girls is certainly not a bad film.
No, it's not a bad film. You know, it's. I think his films were quite as I said to you before, I think his films were quite good up to probably 1964, and 665 is when it started to get a little bit,
Yeah.
down, I think, and then obviously picked up again a little bit towards the end where he got a few more different roles. But yeah, I think it was a great soundtrack. Soundtrack. I've got the original at home, on the mono and everything still.
Yeah,
probably
the only song I could do without listening to is Song of the Shrimp, probably.
Yeah, it fits into the film, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's all it is, really, isn't it? It fits in the film, and yeah, you could probably take that one out. But it's like Old MacDonald, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same thing.
As I said in my kind of resume of the film, they do come thick and fast. I mean, there's only a couple of minutes between some of the songs.
Yeah, well, that's it. As soon as you get some of these films are trying to pile in 10, 12 tracks, into the film, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, enjoyable film, and I think I think he did a good job in it as well. So, yeah, it was good.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, cheers, Dave.
Happy New Year again. Cheers.
And you, mate.
Bye. Yeah, I would agree with Mark's comments there. Not a bad film at all. I didn't. I'm going to just put that up again because I forgot to load it up earlier on. So, like I say, look at that. Only 2% to Plantation Rock, 2% to Mama, 4% to A Boy Like Me, A Girl Like You, 9% Girls, and Return to Sender, 83%. I will tell you later what my pick was. Hi, Maxine.
Hey, Steve.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
I hope you had a nice Christmas.
I did. I got spoilt with Elvis.
Did you? What did you get? Tell everybody what you got.
I got a record player. I got, was it a...
Did you get back in Nashville?
I did get back in Nashville.
On vinyl?
I did, yes.
Oh, you lucky thing.
Good.
You lucky thing.
I know.
A nice warm sound to it.
Oh, it sounds so much better than when it's on your phone and that.
And is We Can Make the Morning still brilliant?
Oh, it's incredible.
It is.
Sounds so much better.
Yeah. I still can't understand why they smothered it with those overdubs.
I know.
So, girls. Did you get a chance to watch it over the Christmas period?
I didn't realise it was on.
Oh, right. You didn't download it or anything like that, or?
No, I've got it on my phone, but I've seen it plenty of times.
Yeah.
It's such a brilliant film.
Yeah. Tell me, I'll ask you a question now. Who did you prefer? Did you prefer Stella Stevens or Laurel?
I think both were good, but there wasn't much chemistry between Stella and Elvis. But you can clearly see a bit of chemistry between Laurel and Elvis when they're dancing. Whatever
it was between Elvis and Stella, like I say, I don't think they didn't, they disliked each other. I just don't think they clicked.
No, I don't think they did either.
Which is quite rare because I don't know many people that didn't click with Elvis.
I know.
I suppose there had to be somebody out there.
Probably.
But maybe it was because she wasn't happy with her role and she didn't want to do the movie that it kind of gave that sort of off to Elvis and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I think that.
Grace says Elvis films are trash, B movies and bad acting. Well, no. I mean, people can actually, if they would like to stand up for Elvis's movies and tell Grace why they're not B movies and trash acting, bad acting. But that's a bit of an odd one. I mean, to just to clump them all under that umbrella is completely and utterly a disservice to Elvis. Jailhouse Rock, Viva Las Vegas, King Creole, Flaming Star. We'll just leave that there if anybody wants to answer Grace, but you can't just umbrella them all. The 31 movies under one umbrella would be doing a disservice to Elvis.
I know. He had quite a lot of movies. I would admit he had more good movies, but he also had some rubbish ones. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you can count the really, really bad ones on the fingers of one hand and still have a couple of fingers left over. As we get to the mid 60s, we're going to really sort of start commenting and saying, this is one of Elvis's probably poor movies or the poorest movie. But again, that's no disservice to Elvis. That's just saying that unfortunately the quality just wasn't there. And the fact that Elvis was in it raised it far, far more than what it deserved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mrs. EAP Elena said, no way, Grace. Banjo Paula said, get off, Grace. I don't think you're going to have many people agreeing with you, Grace. Now, the thing is that's fine. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. And as long as they don't get abusive or nasty about Elvis, then that's fine. But
Exactly.
I don't think there's going to be many here that's going to agree with you on that, Grace.
No.
If you want to come on and give me a ring, that's no problem. Okay, right. Happy New Year again, Maxine.
You too, Steve.
Take care.
All right.
Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, a bit of a strange one that from Grace. I mean, yeah, as I say, everybody is entitled to their opinion, and as long as they're respectful in that opinion, then fine. But I really don't think there'll be many people agreeing with Grace on that. Maybe I'm wrong. The Bucks spoke. What happened to the man who shook the world? Part 2. I don't know. I really don't know. I keep my eyes peeled looking for it. Hello, Jeanette.
Happy New Year.
Happy
friend.
New Year to you as well, my lovely little USA friend.
Thank you. I hope it was pleasant for you, Steve, and
Yes,
everybody else here.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm relaxed. I've got to go back to work on Tuesday, but I'm relaxed until then anyway.
You know, I was going to say, it's going to be a new start for me too. I have a new job that I start tomorrow.
Oh, lovely.
And unfortunately, I won't be hearing the live shows on Wednesdays. So I'll just be on here live on Sundays, but I'll be watching the repeat.
Yeah, you can always catch Wednesdays on repeat, as you say. Well, the best of luck in the new job anyway.
Oh, thank you.
And you want to discuss girls, yes?
Oh, we can discuss a lot of things, but you know, Grace, thanks for joining us. And you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinions.
Yes.
We're not always going to agree on everything. Everybody's welcome here as long as you're respectful. But hey, she can say that. That's her opinion.
Yeah.
But, I cannot agree that he was a horrible actor because I don't think he was. And I can't say that I absolutely loved every movie he did, because that would be a lie. The only thing that salvaged a lot of the movies for me was his singing.
Yeah, and having Elvis on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's eye candy. And the guy tried his best with the scripts he was given, and he had the talent. So you're always going to have the people, that say he sucked, pardon me, as an actor. And they're entitled to it, but don't come on here and, bash the fans for, I'm not saying she did, but everyone's welcome here.
The thing that I found strange was that she seemed to clump the whole of Elvis's 31 films under the same umbrella, whereas that's not the case. They did vary in quality, vastly, really.
I don't know if Miss Grace, if you're still on here, but I don't know if she has watched every single one of his films. And if she has and still has that opinion, so be it. You can't change people's minds. People like what you like, and you have whatever tastes in music and actors that you like, and so is life. But a lot of us on here, we love it. Let's talk about it. Girls.
Yeah. So you've obviously seen Girls. Who did you prefer starring against Elvis, Laurel or Stella?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm going to say this. I don't know. I don't think he and Laurel Goodwin were smoking on screen together. I didn't see that. Ooh, look at that chemistry. Sorry, folks. I didn't really see it.
Not even when they did Walls Have Ears.
So, you know what? I think any other chick that would have danced with him in that scene would have looked good with him too. It was the choreography. I kind of cringed a tiny bit when she did those bull horns and he tried to be the matador. I went, I didn't want to see that. I cringed a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I know we're all thinking, the pants, thing that happened there.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny, even though I felt bad for him. But how would you react as a leading lady if I don't know. Yeah. I know what I would have done, but this is a family-oriented show. But I'm saying that a lot of people discuss that particular scene of the movie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think I don't know, maybe some people, when they watch it, you don't even see that happening. You're just so into seeing his face and his movements, you don't see it. But
well, I definitely did.
I
definitely didn't. Yeah, I definitely didn't notice it until it was first mentioned years and years and years
Right?
ago, and now it's
I
something.
didn't either when I first saw it.
Yeah, and now unfortunately, it's something I look for every time. Unfortunately.
I'm going to put my hand up and say me too. Sorry, but I don't think they gave Stella Stevens too much to do in this movie.
No.
I mean, they could have given her more to do, but like I said, it was cute seeing him and Laurel Goodwin together. But from what I remember reading, is he saw her more like a little sister. Maybe that's why I couldn't see, ooh, they look so good together on screen, because I don't think they were the ideal couple for me.
Yeah, she did look very young. She did look very young.
She did. She had that innocent girl next door look, but so did that other actress. What's her name? Shelley. I can't see her last name. Fabre.
Oh yeah, Fabre.
She kind of had that girl next door look too, but they at least look more like a couple together. But anyway.
Well, as a movie debut, she didn't do too bad, Laurel.
No, she didn't. She didn't. And someone said it earlier. It's so cool in this movie. I mean, the songs, you get a little bit of Latin. He gets a little bit of Chinese up in there. It's like you get a little flavor of different styles of music, which I really loved. And yeah, I'm going to say it, Earth Boy. I love it. Someone said that earlier in the chat, man. I love that song. And once again, he's so adorable when he's with those two sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love how he is with kids, and he makes those faces, and it's so sweet and it's sexy at the same time. It's like
they're very cute. One of the girls, well, she's not a girl now. One of the ladies is some governor or something in Hawaii or somewhere like that. And I did reach out, but I didn't get an answer. I would love to. Is it Vicky? I think it's Vicky. I think Vicky,
and I don't know the other. Is the other one still living?
Not too sure, but I did reach out to Vicky, but unfortunately, no answer as yet. Just believe it or not,
but I liked every scene with them.
Yeah.
I thought it was adorable, and of course, Return to Sender was my pick.
Oh right.
It's hot, man. To see Elvis do the twist. He didn't invent that move. I mean, some would say, "Oh yeah, he did." I don't know if he invented the twist. I don't think he did, but he sure incorporated it a lot in that movie.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, Elvis is outstandingly handsome all the time, but he was really, really handsome in that section as well, wasn't he?
Wow.
The smile. And
you know what? That hair in that movie didn't move an inch, man. It stayed put. He put that extra, whatever he put in there, like Brill cream or whatever. It sure sat there on his head, didn't move.
Yeah, completely different hairstyle and a lot shorter than Follow That Dream. He'd gone back to the darker color and he'd had a haircut.
That's true. But you know what? I enjoyed pretty much every song in that movie. Yeah, shrimp is so... Okay, he's singing about shrimp. We could do without the shrimp. But just like Old MacDonald, I don't care. He still makes it sound hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I suddenly love shrimp when I don't even eat shrimp. It's like, it's Elvis. I'm going with it. Going with it. I feel bad for him, but it's the voice that does it for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did enjoy this movie a lot. Some parts were kind of for me. Not the hottest or the best leading lady in my opinion, but I thought she was cool. It was cool.
Great. Yeah. Okay. All right, Jeanette. Thank you very, very much. And as I said again, good luck with the new job tomorrow.
Oh, thank you so much. All the best for everybody. 2022. Let's kick butt. Make it a great year. Everybody stay healthy.
We'll miss you on Wednesdays.
Next time. Well, I'll miss being here too. I was so spoiled. You guys have a good time though, and I'll listen on the repeat.
Okay, Jeanette. Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, right. Okay, I think it's probably time to move on. Yeah, Vicky too. Yeah, I did reach out to her, and this was quite a few months ago actually, and I didn't hear anything back. Whether I have the wrong sort of contact details or not, I don't know. It could well be. We're going to move on. You can still ring me on that topic, girls, 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 or any other topic you wish. Coming up, I will tell you what I picked as my favourite song from Girls, Girls, Girls. Was I the 83%, or one of the 83%? And we've also got this day in Elvis history coming up. Okay. So Dave and Maxine will help me out on this. They will confirm who gets the question correct first. And there is a prize for January's Fan of the Month. And we've got giveaways coming up as well during January and February, hopefully. I'll tell you more about those as the month goes on. And if everybody is ready, 6 questions. They are blanks. That's another thing. I've got another specialist subject coming up during January. It's not blanks, and it's not Name That Tune, and it's not Elvis movies. It's a completely and utterly new sort of topic or format for the Fan of the Month. Steve, what do you think about Elvis's first cousin, Donna Presley? Never really gave her much thought, Mark, to be honest. Really must. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these videos as well. A thumbs up really, really helps this and helps the channel as well. And don't forget, you can do super chats as well if you wish by hitting the $sign if you want me to answer a specific question. And you can also buy me a coffee as well if you want to support the channel. Okay, so Banjo Paul says, I'm getting my coat. That's probably because he thinks he doesn't stand a chance with the Fan of the Month quiz. But you just never know, Paul. Right. So I think I've waited long enough. And Elvis Forever says, pretty awesome call, Jeanette. Yes, Jeanette is always very, very good on the phones. So question 1. I will read out some lyrics, and when I say the word blank, you've got to fill in what that blank is. Gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle Blank. Gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle Blank. Who is going to be first with that? That's very kind. Thank you, Chris. Aisha says, hurry up, Steve. No. Okay, Marie's the name, I think, got it first. It is John, yes. Gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle John. And I just want confirmation from Dave or Maxine. Yeah, Wet Blanket says, buy me a coffee. Okay, Marie's the name is first. Yes, well done, Marie's the name. I'll give you another. Okay. Yes, I'm well behind here, and I'm on good broadband. Strange. John, wow, I was about 5 seconds behind the question. Strange. Okay, Marie's the name. Great. The next one is... I just had to blank you, baby. I had to think about that one for a second, and the reason being is because I almost sang it, or I almost put the word in. I just had to blank you, baby. That's question 2. And Ed says, I'm refreshed too. I saw the answers before I heard the question. Very strange. Jeanette says, call. Juan, hi, Juan. Leave, call, call, call. No, nobody's got that right yet. Okay, it's a Sun song. I just had to blank you, baby. Okay. A lot of people saying call, but it's not call. Jeanette said, okay, Roseanne Dalby says reach, which is the one I'm looking for. Marie's the name, reach. Juan says reach. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just waiting. Hi, Ruth, Duncan, Michelle. I just had to reach you, baby, trying to get to you. So I'm just waiting for confirmation who that was. Yeah, I'm wondering if you've selected live chat instead of top chat. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, Roseanne Dalby. Well done, Roseanne. Okay, right. Question 3. Well, just because you think you're so blank and just because your mama thinks you're hot. Well, just because you think you're so blank and just because your mama thinks you're hot. Ruth says snowing in Memphis. Goodness me. Really? I'll have to look on the Graceland live cam and see if... Hey, Juan. Pretty. Well done, Juan. I'll just wait for confirmation. Roseanne Dalby was just after. Ronald, Dawn, Ruth. Yeah, pretty. Well, just because. Okay, I'll just wait for confirmation from the mods. Banjo Paul, pretty. Well done, Banjo. Aisha. Wet and windy. Yeah, Mark, I know. It's windy here. Yeah, Juan. Okay, right. Question number 4. When you looked into my eyes, I stood there like I was blank. There you go. 1950s Elvis. Elvis Forever says, way to go, David. Juan. Oh, I got an Elvis mug for Christmas. I must show you that next week. Hypnotized is Juan, I think. People have put paralyzed, but it's actually hypnotized. The song is paralyzed. Correct. When you looked into my eyes, I stood there like I was hypnotized. So I'm just going to wait to see if it was Juan. I have got Juan down as being first. Oh, Jenny O'Connell got it first. Okay, let's have a look. You're right, she did. I beg your pardon. Just before we got sun today, and just after Cool Jeanette, not too far from me. Jenny O'Connell. Sorry, Juan. Although we've now got the Elvis family, or Maxine has retracted that, and she's put David was first. Okay, Juan. Okay. Paul says he couldn't spell it quick enough. Hypnotized. Question number 5. Every kiss brings a blank, and I know that it will. Ronald says my brain got a little paralyzed. No, Juan, he says, well done, Jenny, but Jenny says, not me, I got it wrong. Thanks, Jenny. No, Juan, you've got 2 now. Well done. Every kiss brings a blank, and I know that it will. Okay. It looks like it might be you, Banjo. I'll just wait till Maxine and Dave actually confirm that, but It looks like it was you, and it is thrill. Every kiss brings a thrill, and I know that it will, as long as I have you. Bossa Nova Baby says, what was the question? Well, the question was, every kiss brings a blank, and I know that it will. Susan says she's just guessing. Memory. Who bloomin' rah? And Maxine has just said Banjo Paul was the first. Well done, Paul. I better give you... Hey, hey, he says, hey, hey, hey. Okay. Double checked. Okay. Yeah, Ed says, are you supposed to have it on live chat rather than top chat? Yeah, live chat gives you all the chat, every single one. Top chat only gives you a selection. So I'm wondering whether that could be one of the reasons why some people are seeing the questions, answers before the questions. Sixth and final question. Now take Mr. Crawfish in your hand. He's gonna look good in your blank. And the answer is not belly. He's gonna look good in your belly. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a bit of a clue there. It's not belly. Banjo Paul says he's peaked. Yeah. It's nice to see a selection of different different people getting it right. There's no actual monopoly or just one person dominating. And I'm looking at this. It looks like Banjo Paul again, closely followed by Norzette 45, Ronald Frying Pan. Yeah. So it does look like Banjo Paul is going to get it again. If you said Frying Pan, then... So just waiting for it to be confirmed. Yeah, Dave says banjo. Thanks, Dave. I misspelled it. Don't worry about it, Juan. Yeah, well done. Right, so that was quite well spread, actually. We've got Marie's the name, got question 1 right. Roseanne Dalby got question 2. Juan got 3 and 4. And Banjo Paul got 5 and 6. So everybody name I just read out there now is in with a chance of winning Fan of the Month for January. We better do Elvis history and... my song of the week and pick of the week. Don't forget pick of the week coming up as well. My internet is too slow seeing answers before the questions. Yeah, that's very annoying, Helen. Very annoying. I've got pictures as well for this day in Elvis history. January the 2nd, 1956. Elvis and Red returned to Memphis to begin a 5-day tour with Johnny Cash and others. Elvis performed at the high school, Charleston, Mississippi, where he was billed as the King of Western Bop. I like it. 1958, Elvis got a letter from the Colonel who lectured him about the responsibilities of being a star. Elvis had complained about requests for local appearances and wanted his manager to deal with that. 1959, I have a photograph as well. Elvis called George Klein in Memphis. No, actually, I beg your pardon, that's not this year. Elvis called George Klein in Memphis. He made regular calls to friends at home, especially Anita Wood, his then girlfriend. 1960, this is when I should have revealed this. Elvis requested leave to go to Paris, and there's his requested authority for absence. As you can see, his name at the top left, the date he submitted it, 2nd of January 1960. Type of absence, leave, from the 5th of January to the 17th of January. Paris, France, from Western Germany. Name of the, it says, I am security conscious. It also says, drive safely, return safely. I certify that I have sufficient leave accrued to cover this. And what else? It says, I think it says how many days as well, doesn't it? 13 days from the 5th to the 17th. So, and I'm sure it was granted. Well, we know it was granted. 1961, Elvis flew back to Los Angeles with Sonny, Charlie, and Alan and Gene Smith for Wild in the Country to resume production. Priscilla continues her stay with Elvis at Graceland in 1963. 1964, we have Roustabout. And it says, Elvis went to number 1 on the US album chart with a soundtrack from Roustabout. This is in 1965. Elvis's 8th number 1. It was the last LP released in both stereo and mono, with mono version being rarer. It was certified gold on May the 20th, 1988 by the RIAA of America. The album would be his final soundtrack to reach number 1, and his next number 1 album would be 1973's Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. Roustabout was knocked out of first place the next week by the Beatles 65. 1967, Elvis. This was the date of Elvis's new agreement with the Colonel, which for the first time explicitly recognized that they were engaged in what amounted to a partnership or joint venture. 1968, Elvis's Gold Records Volume 4 was released, a compilation of hit singles released between 1961 and 1967, peaking at number 33 in Billboard 200. It was certified gold on March the 27th, 1992 by the RIAA of America. IRAA. Can't say that. 1971. Hey, we like this. 1971, RCA released Elvis Country. I'm 10,000 years old. It reached number 12 on the Billboard 200. It peaked at number 6 in the United Kingdom, selling over 1 million copies worldwide. It was certified gold on the 1st of December 1977 by the RIAA. Got it right this time. Elvis generally worked song by song, and this was the only concept at a cohesive album, and the song snippets used as a bridge between tracks turned it into a concept album. The cover was more than the usual Elvis face shot of the 50s or 60s or the jumpsuit shots of the other 1970s albums, and is the only Elvis statement cover, his iconic childhood picture, Americana Roots. Love that picture. 1974, RCA did a series of legendary performer for most of their label artists, getting a 1 LP of rare material not deemed suitable for release at the time of recording. Ultimately, 4 volumes of Elvis outtakes and live recordings, along with interviews, were released over the next decade. But there was actually more than 4, but over the next decade, yeah. In the RCA, a legendary performer series, the only artist beside Glenn Miller to have multiple volumes issued in that series. There was also, there it is, there was also a LP-sized book of newspaper clippings and studio paperwork. I still have that with my album. Great book. Great cover shot as well. It was certified gold on January the 8th, we know that date, 1975, and platinum and ×2 platinum on July 15th, 1999. The album opens with his first recording from 1954, That's All Right, the song that started the recording career at Sun Records. Right. Will we do Pick of the Week? I think we will. Pick of the Week. What I did was I thumbed through and I trawled through the still and publicity photographs for Girls. And this is the one that I came up with because I actually think he looked fantastic in this one. I just love that blue and white striped shirt as well. And the hair and the eyes and just, that's basically it. I'd just like everybody to just have a wee look at that, feast their eyes on it. I know it's not particularly a cold shower photograph, but it's a great photograph. And we better do Song of the Week as well. Song of the Week, I'm picking out of the movie that we're discussing. So it's going to be a song from Girls. And just to sort of refresh your memory, that was what that was how you voted. Overwhelmingly, and the biggest margin so far, Return to Sender, 83%. I didn't pick Return to Sender. I was in the minority, 9%, and I picked the song written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, a hit for the Coasters in 1961, and I'll put a link to it so that you can compare it with Elvis's. It's the title track, Girls, Girls, Girls. I just love it. I love the girls behind the Jordanaires are doing. Also, even though Boots Randolph played saxophone on most of the songs, the saxophone on Return to Sender is Bobby Keys. So that is a great saxophone break by Boots Randolph on Girls, Girls, Girls. But as I say, Return to Sender was Bobby Keys. So that's just a little bit of trivia for you. If you thought that was Boots on Return to Sender, it is not. There doesn't seem to be any existing tapes of outtakes of the Girls, Girls, Girls sessions. They did 3 takes, and the master was obviously take 3. And again, I'll leave a link there for it, but I'm sure you're familiar with Girls, Girls, Girls by Elvis. So we reached the end of another show. As I say, we've got lots coming up this year for you. Different formats for the quiz, and I'll be thinking of other things as well. Giveaways, Elvis giveaways, where you can win top Elvis prizes. Dan won last month's Fan of the Month, and Jill won that Elvis giveaway, which was the Elvis Back in Nashville CD box set. So, as I say, much more coming up in 2022. So next up, Wednesday, will be the next movie in line, which is It Happened at the World's Fair, plus lots of other things, plenty of Elvis stuff going on. If you do want to support the show, you can buy me a coffee using the link below. It's great to be back and nice to see you again. I'm glad to hear that you had a good Christmas and New Year. And until Wednesday, same time, look after yourselves.